YouTube, Mr. Incredible's back. Ready to react to What If Goku Had Bardock's Foresight Part 8 by Salad Saiyan. Let's go!
Goku and Raditz ended up accidentally starting the Buu saga, causing some events that weren't supposed to happen, which included Vegeta and Nappa turning Majin. But with this saga happening so early, now that's going to have some big effects on the later story. What's going to change following this? We'll be seeing all that and more in this Part 8 of What If Goku Had Bardock's Foresight.
Good question.
Now, things are going to kind of speed up a bit, because the first thing we encounter is a major time skip. Remember, the Buu saga did happen earlier, so that time skip's going to happen too. Although, it's going to change a bit, and the events that follow it are going to change too, but I'll explain in a bit. For now, let's discuss what actually happens over this time skip. Raditz and Nappa first seek out Planet Cereal. Nappa wonders why he's even going there, but Raditz needs to find the answers behind why he has this ability. Although he still is kind of hiding it from Nappa, but he knows that he's probably going to have to come clean about it soon. For now, he just says he knows that somebody's there. Someone plotting against the Saiyans, which is true. He's foreseen the heaters. But he knows this is where he needs to go. It's what he was told on Namek when he learned about his past. And here, maybe he could find the Namekian who made those Dragon Balls and figure out what kind of wish was made. The two of them arrive on Planet Cereal, and almost immediately, they're attacked. Raditz didn't foresee this, but that must mean this guy's not too big of a threat. He saw that the heaters would be here, and he knows he'll find his answers here. But he didn't learn about this guy. Of course, it's Granola. He hasn't made his wish yet, so he's actually not that strong compared to them. Although, his abilities do help him fight off the two Saiyans.
An early Granola arc is what would have happened, huh? Interesting.
And once he recognized that they are Saiyans, he fights a lot more seriously too. But amidst the fight, he asks Granola, does he know anything about a Namekian on this planet? Granola lies about it, trying to hide Monito's existence. But Raditz says he already knows that there was a Namekian here. One who still may be here. Someone who created the Dragon Balls. He's not here to actually use the Dragon Balls, he just wants to find his creator. Asking him a question about someone that made a wish a while ago. Granola doesn't really know how to respond about this. Apparently this guy does actually know about Monito. But he's not going to trust Raditz that easily. This guy could easily be lying to him. So Raditz thinks about what to do next. He has an idea. Smiling as he makes a wager with Granola. This guy probably doesn't like the heaters, right? But what Raditz understands, they used to work with the Frieza Force. The Saiyans did too, but the Saiyans hate Frieza. Oh yeah, and he tells Granola he took part in killing Frieza, even though that was mostly Goku. And he thinks these heaters should go too. He'll take care of the heaters for Granola if he helps him. And Granola has no idea. And now he's saying he'll get rid of the heaters? Granola uses his sight to try and study Raditz further. His heart rate hasn't changed. He's not sweating. There's no signs of him lying or being nervous. He's still cautious, but he tells Raditz if he can go kill the heaters, he'll leave.
You know, I like the offer that Raditz is giving to Granola and is making Granola think twice about before killing Raditz. Because in the story, Raditz was not looking to kill Granola or the Master just to get the creator of the Dragon Balls to get the wish that he wanted. He just wants some answers. It's good that they're keeping Raditz like he's actually not good, but he's not evil either. Pretty much neutral.
Creator of the Dragon Balls. And Raditz turns to Nappa. This shouldn't be too hard. Granola calls them here, saying there's some threat, coming up with a story to get them to come here. And the heaters eventually do arrive, with Raditz and Nappa ambushing them. The two immediately power up, going into Super Saiyan 2, a form that they now have access to. They didn't immediately go to Super.
I knew it! It was Super Saiyan 2!
That's the whole point of Raditz going out into space after all, wanting to train on different planets. And the two of them are easily able to kill the heaters. Nappa doesn't even question it. Well, there shouldn't be any remains of Frieza's former allies. This whole situation's pretty weird, and he wonders how Raditz even knew about that. But whatever, they're an ally of Frieza's, so he doesn't mind eliminating them. But why is Raditz here in the first place? What questions is he going to ask this Namekian? Is he actually going to get the Dragon Balls for himself and ask for immortality? Well, Raditz can't really hide it from Nappa any longer. And he decides to explain to Granola too, just so he's more trusting. And Nappa can't believe it. He's kind of mad that Raditz hid this from them for so long. That could have been really useful in battles for them. And Raditz says he was using it in battles, ever since he was a kid. But he never really knew the origin of it. He hid it from Nappa and Vegeta for so long. First because he didn't really want to give them the info, and then later on because he's been lying about it for so long that it would be weird to tell them by now. Well, while Nappa processes all this, they're led to Monito. Granola's just as dumbfounded and thanks them for defeating the heaters. Finally, now Raditz can get his answers. And he learns about Bardock's involvement here. His father was here, and that's how he made the wish, and that's the wish he made. Monito doesn't know the exact details of the wish, just what kind of wish was made. He doesn't know what happened after the fact, but he's able to theorize. And that just confirms it for Raditz. This ability of his, it was transferred to him and Goku by his dad. It's all Bardock's doing. Well, at least he knows more about it now. That's one mystery solved. He'll have to tell Kakarot about this one day. But for the time being, he's going to resume some different training.
I like the idea that Raditz was, whether or not the Foresight ability had something to do with it, but I still like the idea that Raditz was putting the pieces together while trying to figure out where exactly he got the Foresight from. And I liked how he gave Raditz a story of his own of what he's actually doing. Good work on you on that part, Salad saying.
Not all that happens over this time skip. Piccolo's still kind of off on his own. He doesn't really know what to do right now. He is kind of a good guy, but also still off on his own. He's not really part of the group. Piccolo never had that same crucial development that he originally had. He never fused the Kami either. As far as we're concerned, he's still Piccolo Jr., the reincarnation of King Piccolo. He's working at surpassing Goku in any way possible. Say it or not, Piccolo will find a way to defeat him. Although it's not really a I want to kill you rivalry, it's more of just a I want to be stronger than you rivalry.
Neutral.
Piccolo still needs to prove himself somehow, and he has to train intensely for this. He knows what he's getting into. As for Goku himself, he ends up leaving Earth as well, although for a much different reason. He eventually consults Kami, seeing if he has any other ways to train him. He remembers as a kid, when he used to go up the ladder in terms of training. Roshi, Core, and Kami. Are there any other gods above him? And Kami says there definitely are. Remember, Goku doesn't even know about Shin or Kibito because he never met them in the Buu Saga. But Kami decides to send Goku to King Kai, with the two of them formally meeting each other now. And King Kai's amazed at this guy's strength. He wonders if he could even teach him anything. He crossed Snake Way so quickly, and he's already powerful as is. But maybe he can learn some of King Kai's techniques. You know, the Spirit Bomb, the Kaioken. This guy might have the potential to do so. Goku spends some time training here, and eventually feels like someone's gonna arrive soon. He has a vision of it. And that's because Beerus actually ends up waking up earlier than normal. His dream being different. His dream occurs earlier.
Wait right there for a minute. So, because Goku has the Foresight ability, also Raditz, that Goku will be encountering Beerus like normal, but in a different plot of this story. Okay, that's going to be a problem because Goku in the original had Super Saiyan 3, where this version of Goku does not have Super Saiyan 3. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Because even Super Saiyan 3 in the original wasn't enough to knock out Beerus. Beerus just like give him Goku 3 tries and then he just knock him out. Yeah, that's going to be a problem for Goku.
See, that's in it. And it's not like the Super Saiyan God. It's not something that he immediately forgets and needs to refresh his memory about. He turns to Whis, telling him about the dream. There's a mortal out there, a future rival of his, one who could actually surpass him. And Whis wonders how that's possible. And Beerus says it's because this mortal, the one that he dreamt of, he had access to Ultra Instinct. And this intrigues Whis. Really? Ultra Instinct? It must have just been a silly dream, but Beerus is sure that it's a prophecy. And he remembers this mortal being a Saiyan, maybe. They immediately begin their search, with Whis finding one on King Kai's planet, actually, which leads Beerus and Whis to go there. King Kai doesn't even try to hide Goku this time. Goku's actually the one to warn King Kai of Beerus arriving, which surprises King Kai. How did he know about Beerus? Well, Goku filled King Kai in about his ability and said he foresaw it, and he knows he's gonna face Beerus. So when Beerus arrives, Goku's not even surprised, greeting him. But Beerus is surprised. It's almost like this mortal knew that he was gonna come here. And he asked, does he know why he's here? Goku doesn't really have an idea, but he knows that Beerus does want to test his power, and Goku would definitely be glad to fight him. Goku powers up, starting to cycle through his forms, first with Super Saiyan, then Super Saiyan 2, and then a new stage beyond it. He almost tapped into Super Saiyan 3, but felt it was too draining to be efficient. He actually powers back down into Super Saiyan, and then
so he
stacks
almost
Kaioken
got
on
it,
top of
but
it.
still,
This is also incredibly draining too, but he's also in the beginning process of doing this. And he feels eventually one day he might be able to stack Kaioken with Super Saiyan 2, and basically make a better version of Super Saiyan 3 on his own. And this intrigues Beerus. This mortal's definitely smart. He seems to have a great grasp on how to control different powers. But he notices something strange about Goku's fighting style. His strength is nowhere near Beerus' level, but the way he's fighting, he could tell when Beerus is about to attack, predicting it, trying to parry it, even if it might not work. And there are points when Beerus attacks where his speed is just too much for Goku to counter. But he could tell that Goku still knew where he was going to attack. And he asks Goku, how is he able to do this? Goku comes clean, knowing that he can't hide this from the God of Destruction.
No, he can't.
Interesting. So this mortal has the ability to prophesize things, actually short-term too. And Beerus laughs. That's actually the same reason he came here. He had a prophecy in his dream, although it wasn't nearly as lucid as this mortal is describing. And Goku asked what that prophecy was, and he said that he foresaw some sort of rival, a mortal that would have a power beyond his, one referred to as Ultra Instinct. What Goku's doing isn't too far-fetched from it. His body reacts to things before it happens. Beerus can tell he's on the right track, although he's still doing all these movements consciously. And he tells Goku, if he can get these movements to be unconscious, he'll be the strongest mortal in existence. Hell, he could surpass the gods maybe. He doesn't even think of Super Saiyan God here. He's just focused on this mortal getting Ultra Instinct. And it definitely seems like he could possibly do that. Goku's elated to hear this, and asks Beerus what the next steps will be. How can he get this power? King Kai is just as amazed. This mortal's pretty crazy. Not just in terms of his power either. He's already friendly with Beerus. Beerus never ends up going to Earth. Instead, he just meets Goku here, taking him to his planet, where he's going to start training under Beerus and Whis. Goku thanks King Kai for the time training. And now, Goku's going to be ascending to a brand new level. He doesn't get Super Saiyan God right away, because that's not even what Beerus prophesies. They don't even know about it. But sometime down the line, Goku actually is able to unlock it inadvertently. He does need to get an access to Godly Ki after all, and Beerus thinks this could somehow help him. Especially because at one point, Goku foresees something completely different. Him coated in an intense red aura. It's fiery almost, with Beerus being amazed at the power. Okay, so he probably has to work on Kaioken. He spends a lot of time working on that. And he does improve it significantly, being able to use it at higher levels, and not getting as injured by it. But maybe that's not actually what he was seeing. Maybe it was something completely different, and the color was the only similar thing about it. Because the one thing he remembers from that vision is the aura. And no matter what he does with Kaioken, the aura doesn't change. It's the same one that he has with that. With that vision that he had, he saw flames. It was a fierce ki surrounding him. The shape of the aura, the way it flowed. It didn't look like any of his forms or techniques that he currently has. And Beerus wonders if it's something godly. They have the Oracle Fish there too, someone else who knows about the future. And he helps Goku out. Well, maybe this is a godly power that he's unlocking. Alright, well, that does it. They start training for that. With Goku eventually unlocking Super Saiyan God, passively getting access to Godly Ki from all the time he's been training here. And this amazes Beerus even more. He has a godly form, and not only that, but he's training for Ultra Instinct. This mortal really is something else, and he's very glad that he found it. And remember, Battle of Gods happened much earlier too, a few years earlier than normal. So, Goku has a lot of time training here. And it's not like everybody else is up to nothing too. We'll get to them in a little bit. At some point though, Goku does have to return to Earth. There is a vision he has of some of the Frieza Force coming back and using the Dragon Balls. So from what Goku can tell, they found Earth and they're going to try to revive Frieza. He's able to stop it, obviously. He gets back to Earth right before they do so, wiping out the rest of the Frieza Force and preventing Resurrection F. But with his brief return, there's a lot of questions for him. Mainly from Vegeta. Where the hell has Goku been? He spent time training a lot. He's unlocked Super Saiyan 2, and even went beyond it, getting Super Saiyan 3. And Goku's pretty impressed with that. Oh, he actually got that same thing too, but decided it wasn't really too worthwhile. And Vegeta kind of expected as such. They both know the downside. So did Gohan because he also got it too. Although Goku's pretty surprised that Vegeta was training with Gohan. Well, Gohan was still decently motivated here, and Vegeta needed some strong training partner. So why not a fellow Saiyan, especially one who was stronger than him? Goku didn't realize. It's been so long since he last saw Vegeta. He's come back to Earth now and again, seeing his family and such. But this is the first time he actually came back to Earth and fought somebody. And Vegeta was able to sense that power immediately coming over. And Vegeta's stomach drops when he hears that Goku's been acquainted with Lord Beerus. He's actually training under Whis with Lord Beerus. And Goku says if he wants to meet them, they're here too. That's how he got here. And Vegeta sees Beerus and Whis nearby, immediately being terrified. Well, he asks what he's been training for. Why is he training with them? What could he have possibly gotten that impressed Beerus that much? Goku says he probably won't be able to sense it, but he could still show it to Vegeta, with him going into Super Saiyan God. Although, this is only the first stage of power that he's got. He's already gone beyond it, as he then
Picture this in an actual anime of the story he's talking about. I'm picturing Goku showing off his Super Saiyan God technique, but Vegeta will be watching this. He would be struck, like he would be like in a near heart attack to see Goku in the Super Saiyan God form, at least in this story. I can just imagine the shock face of Vegeta, how he would respond or react to when Goku shows off Super Saiyan God in this story.
Once more, turning into Super Saiyan.
Oh, wow!
This time that he's been gone, Goku's unlocked 2 new forms with godly powers that Vegeta doesn't even know about. He can't even sense them, and he's fuming. But
Vegeta might end up fading after seeing Super Saiyan Blue.
Too. And Goku could tell that he does want to train for this power. So, Goku decides to ask Beerus, can Vegeta come along with them? It would be great for him to have a nice training partner after all, especially if he helps Vegeta transform too. Hell, while he's at it, he could probably get Gohan to come there. Although, he has tried that before in his past visits to Earth, and Gohan didn't actually really want to go, since he does want to stay here. Beerus reluctantly accepts it because, yeah, it could benefit him. Vegeta is way behind Goku, but now he's actually aiming for something new. But Goku wonders, where have Raditz and Nappa gone? It's been so long since he's seen them, and he asks Vegeta, have they returned to Earth at all? And Vegeta says no, he hasn't seen them in a while. Well, Goku's sure they'll show up one day. Besides, Raditz probably already knows about this power. But he does wonder where they've been and what they've been up to. What have they been trying to access in terms of strength? And there's one last brief time skip, in between Battle of Gods and up to the Universe 6 tournament. This one's a few years instead of just about a year or so. And now it's time for them to choose a team. Goku and Vegeta are the obvious picks, and Goku wonders if he should choose Gohan or Piccolo. He knows Piccolo's heavily been keeping up with his training, and he hasn't seen the guy in a while, wondering what he's been doing. But instead,
trying to
Goku ends up
surpass
recruiting Gohan for the team, finding out that in the time that they've been gone, Gohan needed a new training partner. He has been kind of keeping up with his training here and there, and surprisingly, that training partner he found was Piccolo. Now remember, again, Piccolo's not really close with anyone here. He doesn't have that same bond with Gohan that he has normally. They barely know each other. But here, out of necessity, The two decided they should train with each other. They're both strong, although Gohan is way ahead of Piccolo. And this training could really help them. Oh, so that's perfect. They could recruit Gohan and Piccolo, and then for the fifth member, maybe they could just find Krillin or somebody else. But then two people appear out of nowhere. It's Raditz and Nappa, and Goku's elated. He knew this
at the right time, too.
How did they appear? They don't have a spaceship. Well, Raditz says he knew to come back here. Okay, that's pretty obvious, but how did he get back here? They've been to different planets out in space, trying to train on different locations. You know, planets with higher gravity, planets with intense environments, and planets that probably have unique techniques, which led them to planet Yardrad, a place that Raditz vaguely knew about. Nappa even suggested it too. They have some strange techniques there. And since Raditz has his own strange technique, maybe the two of them could work together. Who knows what the Yardrats are capable of? Although nothing he learned there really helped him with his foresight, and Raditz's foresight is already good enough. He's pretty good at seeing things long term, and he's now working on the short term like Goku was. But they did still learn some interesting things there, mainly about spirit control, which means they have instant transmission. Piccolo decides that he's not going to be on the team. He'd rather watch the Saiyans fight. He wants to see what they've all been up to, getting more intelligent than them. He hasn't seen any of them for a while, including Goku, and he doesn't know what they're capable of. The best way to gauge his power against them is to just watch from the stands, which lets Raditz and Nappa join the team. Although Piccolo doesn't really get to do much watching because the tournament goes by pretty quickly. Universe 7 was lucky enough to have Goku go up first, because he's easily able to defeat all his opponents. Yeah, and Frost isn't a problem either because he will know that Frost is going to try to poison him. He actually calls Frost out. But instead of Frost forfeiting, Goku still fights him and just wins the old-fashioned way. The most interesting opponent to him is Hit, but he knows Hit's ability. He knows he could time skip, and this makes Hit concerned. How does this guy know about him and his ability?
This is basically, in this story, particularly, going to be a Goku sweeping the whole Universe 6.
Goku says it's a long story, but he knows a way to counter this guy. He immediately powers up into Super Saiyan Blue. This might actually be too much because he's a lot stronger with Super Saiyan Blue than normal. Remember, he's been training with Beerus for so much longer than normal.
Dang.
He's way past where he was, even if he didn't go in the Room of Spirit in time for 3 years before this tournament. As Hit starts attacking, Goku's able to perfectly dodge and parry all of his attacks. And Champa looks at Beerus in disbelief. That can't be what he thinks it is it? And Beerus says it isn't, but this mortal definitely is on the path to Ultra Instinct. And this is a good showcase of it, fighting an opponent that can manipulate time. Goku's still moving his body consciously, but there are some movements that are unconscious. And there are brief instances where his aura flares up, changing vaguely. Beerus is on the edge of his seat, waiting for Goku to try something different.
See that.
But it never happens. He's able to defeat Hit, pretty easily in fact. Even with the time skip, that's not an issue. But he meets with Beerus after the tournament. He could tell he's almost there. He's almost got a hang of this power. He'll be able to use it unconsciously. And then he'll truly become Beerus' rival. Well, he didn't unlock Ultra Instinct yet, but Beerus could tell that he's on the track too. And he's elated. This is where we'll leave off for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's gonna happen next time? We'll cover all that and more in the next part.
I kind of feel bad for Vegeta a little bit that he didn't get a chance to fight, and that's crazy. But I like how his story is going with this, with the whole thing about Goku having Bardock's foresight, because that's what the main focus is all about. Well, not just with Goku, but Raditz too. So that was it for What If Goku Had Bardock's Foresight by Salad Saiyan. And also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you guys won't miss any single videos I post. This is Mr. Ant Credible, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.